Doug Gottlieb Show rolls on Fox Sports Radio. Got a new co-host in studio, my man Hayes Gottlieb, 10 years old. We'll hear from him not as often as he would like, but at some point during the show, he really wants to do Game Time or the press. We'll see. Byer does not want to give up that airtime, rightfully so. Dan Byer, of course, has his own show on Sundays and already filled in for me twice this week. He is overworked, but do we pay him for nothing? Can we break the kid up? The problem is if Hayes gets paid for doing the press, then he could be NCAA ineligible, and that would screw my whole plan up, which is for him to get a scholarship and then maybe pitch in Major League Baseball or play hoop in the NBA, and then I wouldn't have to work again. That's our plan. Not sure how well we'll execute it. Take a listen to what Kobe Bryant said on Sirius XM earlier today about LeBron's first season with the Lakers.
Do you get a chance to talk to LeBron, and do you guys chat?
No. I mean, there's nothing to chat about. Like, he knows and I know. Injuries decimated the team. Just relax. Come back next season, regroup, right? I think he has enough poise to understand that. The thing that maybe caught him off guard was just the market. And like I said, fans here don't play.
No, they don't play.
No, they don't play. I know, because I was dealing with it when I had, Smush and those guys, Smush Parker and those guys. I'm looking around like, dude, what you want me to do? And LA is like, it's your fault. Right. Figure it out. We don't want to hear that. We need a championship. The buck stops with you. Figure it out. And that's what LA don't play, man. And that's how they bring the best out of their players.
This is LeBron James, what he told Bleacher Report. I've never played fantasy basketball, but I will be as active as I need to be for this franchise to get better. That's why I came here. I came here to win, and obviously we need to get better. As far as our personnel, we have an opportunity to get better, and there's a lot of talent out there and a lot of guys that can help our franchise, so I'll be as active as I need to be for us to get better and go from there. It's a critical summer for myself, obviously. The franchise is going to live forever, but for me personally, it's very critical because I want to compete, and I want to compete now. LeBron James has basically just stated that the rest of his career will be determined based upon what happens over the next 4 months. Right? The next 4 months. Because they don't actually have to trade for Anthony Davis. This is all they got to trade for him. No, they don't. Kawhi Leonard's available. Kyrie Irving's available. Kevin Durant could be available. He can opt out of his contract. Kemba Walker could be available. There's a litany. This is the summer of free agency, and the Lakers have put themselves in position for at least one superstar and potentially two if they move some money around. More likely one, and then another top-line free agent that's not making superstar money. So you can say, hey, I've never played fantasy basketball, but of course that's his code word for recruiting guys. You can say I've never done that, but I'll do it as need to be, which hits me as, hey, look, Magic's got to activate this guy. Your playoff mode activation didn't seem to work. Will your recruiting mode activation work? Magic and Rob Pelinka, hey, dude, go get us Kawhi Leonard. Whatever fears, concerns, whatever is holding these guys back from coming and joining you, you go alleviate them. Get on the G5, fly to their hometown. Do it on the cell, do it on the plane, take them on vacation, put them on the damn banana boat. We don't care. Get it done. But you can, in fact, in the NBA, determine your own fate. Or at least show us the perception of Kobe was nobody wanted to play with Kobe. Fair or unfair, and it's a little bit of both. Nobody wanted to play with Kobe late in his career. They couldn't get guys to come here. After what went wrong with Dwight Howard and how they talked and felt about each other and how Kobe treated him after he left. In Kobe's defense, to people who said Kobe was a bad teammate or a tough teammate to play with, Hey, Pau Gasol had a reputation of being soft and couldn't win anywhere. Then he came to the Lakers and became a 2-time NBA champion. Right? Had the best years of his career. And when the Chris Paul trade was made and then rescinded, Pau Gasol was devastated. Why? He didn't want to leave playing with the Lakers. He didn't want to leave playing with Kobe Bryant. So we can tell the world on how bad a teammate and tough a teammate Kobe Bryant was. The reality is there's plenty of guys that benefited from him. And Kobe's right. Injuries did decimate this team. And they will get better organically and growing. You know, there's a little bit of, we talked about Aaron Rodgers, a little bit of Aaron Rodgers and with Kobe Bryant. Challenges you to compete, challenges you to be an intellectual athlete. But if you're going to sit there and tell me that, hey, if they want me to talk to somebody, I'll talk to somebody. I'll do whatever's asked of me. Like, no. Again, even here, LeBron James isn't getting it. If I'm LeBron James, it's pretty simple. Look, this year didn't work out as well as we would like. Injuries decimated us. The trade deadline talk didn't help. And I wasn't as good. Like, where is the I wasn't as good as I should have been? Some of that's injury, some of that's adjusting, some of that's age, some of that's just I got to be better. I got to be better. And this summer is going to be spent getting my body, my mind, and my team better. And I will do whatever it takes to go and get the best roster possible combined with the roster that we have here. Right? Remember the Hampton Five? Hey, the Hampton Five was 5 Golden State Warriors and their head coach flying from Southern California and all their hometowns, wherever they were, Steph, in the offseason, to go to the Hamptons and recruit Kevin Durant. Hell, the Boston Celtics went and got Tom Brady. What the hell's Tom Brady doing here? Tom Brady got on the plane, didn't he? And they got together like, Tom, get on the plane. Get on the plane, Tom. Tommy, get on the plane. They get Tom Brady on the plane with Doc Rivers and the rest of the Celtics brass, and they went and pitched him. And so this, I mean, listen, I will be as active as I need to be. No. I'm going to be hyperactive. I'm going to take days off from taping Space Jam 2. I'm going to put people in movie roles with the sole thinking behind it is, hey, I'm going to get you in a movie and you're going to help me win a championship. I will do whatever it takes within the rules. You want to come on Barbershop? You know, you want your own show on the Uninterrupted? Then here's what you got to do. You got to come out and play with us. Or you don't even have to play with it. You got to come take a meeting with Magic. You got to come meet these guys. See our facility. Talk to Luke. Even if you know Luke's not going to be your coach, and even if you know most of these guys won't be your teammates. This is not that hard. Not that difficult. I'm going to just tell you this about Cowherd, okay? Cowherd came here, I think, a year before me. 2 years? 2 years before me? Was he? He's been here because this is basically my 2-year anniversary is like next week of being on air here.
Because I believe he was here for a year,
Yeah.
Then Skip came, so that was another 1 year. So then he would have been here for 2 full years before then you came on.
From the moment that he first pressed the microphone on at Fox Sports Radio, at least once a week, I got a text or a call from Colin Cowherd. And it ain't like basketball where you need to be in a team sport. Like he didn't need me. He was just like, it's the best place I've ever worked. It's home for you. You got to come out here. These people are awesome. You got to come out here. What do we got to do? When is your contract up? How do we get this done? Who do you want me to call? That's what you do. I mean, look, that's what you do when you're in college. If you have a class and the class is easy, right? You're like, man, that was an easy A. What's the first thing you do? You tell your boys, don't you? Like, that's what you do. You go and recruit your boys. If you find, or in your hometown, if you find a new restaurant and you're like, man, they got a bar out back nobody knows about, you got to come over here. And when the end of your career is at stake, you got to do, frankly, what the San Antonio Spurs have always told people: get over yourself. Forget about the pride of having people join you. Get out and recruit them, because everybody else is recruiting. LeBron is almost like UCLA basketball, right? Where they just think like, we're UCLA. People want to come here. That's what the Lakers have been. We're the Lakers. Who doesn't want to come here? But, it's not always as easy as it looks. If things go bad, people do turn on you. We don't know who the next coach is. The leadership has been a little bit hit and miss. Heck, one report today said that no one in the front office has any sense for what the plan actually is. Nobody agrees on what the plan is. It's a mess. And the one guy who can make it all look right is LeBron James. Well, I'll be as active as I need to be. No! You'll be more active than anybody who has ever been in your position could be. Chris Haynes is an NBA senior writer for Yahoo Sports. Follow him on Twitter at Chris B. Haynes. Check out his podcast, Posted Up with Chris Haynes. He's kind enough to spend some time with us here on Fox Sports Radio. Chris, there's a report, I believe Rick Bucher has a report that everyone in the Golden State Warriors organization believes Kevin Durant is in fact gone. Is that what you're hearing?
There's a lot of people who feel that way. Then there's some who are optimistic that I guess a finals run or another, capturing the third consecutive championship which will change things. But no, there's some sentiment of people who feel that way, and I'm not ready to go all the way and say that it's a foregone conclusion that he is going to New York. I still think there's other parameters in play, but we've known for a while the Knicks were going to be serious players, and that hasn't changed.
What are the other possible scenarios? That's the one that gets interesting. Is it's possible he stays, it's possible he goes. Where else could he possibly go?
I don't know if there's another place. I know the LA Clippers, they're going to make a serious run at them. And, you see what they're doing with the changing of the guard, new ownership group. Doc Rivers, had his best season there. The cap room that they're going to have to bring in legitimate stars. So you could tell they're turning things around. But I just think, when it's all said and done, it's three teams in play. That's Golden State, New York, and the Clippers that I think are going to be serious contenders. But I reported this back in November. They kind of started this whole thing with the New York Knicks. They're right there. We've seen the moves that they made to position themselves to be able to acquire Kevin Durant and go after another star. So this thing has been serious for a while, and I just think that. I just think, knowing Kevin Durant, he changed his mind a lot. So that's why I can't be so sold on a decision already being made right now, because there are a lot of factors in play. And when you're talking about factors, the main one is just, how they're in the season off. So that's just one thing that I'm gonna be looking at, and you just can't with KD. You just can't go off of something right now when you say he's legitimately going that way. He's more complicated than that.
Why do they continue to challenge referees? Like, what is the logic behind that? Like, look, he's got 15 Ts, Draymond's got 15 Ts. And you can say, hey, we expect this out of Draymond, and Kevin's trying to kind of capture us. But even Steph Curry got fined for his. For what he said about an official. Why do the Golden State Warriors want to put them against the referees getting ready for the playoffs?
Man, that's just who they are. I mean, look, you got Draymond, who's always been Draymond. He's stacking up T's. He's always at the top of the league. Kevin Durant has been that way his whole career as well. And then you add DeMarcus Cousins, who's obviously been, quite the model citizen. When you talk about racking up T's. So you just got a bunch of guys who are playing together, and it gets heated. And what Steph said, that wasn't like him. to go out there and say he was the MVP of the team. Because MVP of that game, talking about the official, because even though they had their gripes with the officiating that game, they were up, close to 20 points in that game in Minnesota. They should have won it. It shouldn't have came down to that final play at the end. So, I wasn't really feeling them on that, but I just think you just have a bunch of tech rackers all on the same team, and we're just seeing how all those dynamics play.
What LeBron James has come out and said he'll be as active as he needs to be in free agency. There are reports that there's no one sense of what the actual plan is with the LA Lakers in the offseason. How do you think they proceed? Like, they could sign a free agent, but the narrative in the NBA is, well, they can't get the best ones to go there. That's why they're going after Anthony Davis. What do you think their actual plan of attack is going to be?
Well, look, I think first and foremost, the actual plan of attack, they need to concentrate on Anthony Davis. Because, like I said, when you're looking at the top free agents out there, none of the top free agents are directly linked to the Lakers. They may be the Lakers may be a secondary option, but you look at KD. We've heard the teams that we talk about with regards to him. Kyrie Irving. You're here in Boston. You're here in New York. You're not really hearing too much of LA, and the only reason you would hear LA is because of the ties with LeBron. But I don't know how serious that is. And then you look at Kawhi Leonard. You're only hearing him staying in Toronto or going to the LA Clippers. Jimmy Butler. You're hearing a little bit of the Lakers, but it's Philadelphia. It's New York, it's Brooklyn, it's the LA Clippers. And then does Jimmy Butler, does that put you over a hump with just LeBron and Jimmy? So that's why I say, if the Lakers want to make a big splash and make a move that's going to put them in title contention for next season, they have to get that AD trade done and then go from there and proceed with filling the roster up.
There's a report, and Kyrie's talked about it, an improved relationship with the Boston Celtics between Kyrie and Brad Stevens. What was wrong with their relationship? That had to be improved.
I don't know. Kyrie, he's a tough cat. Like, I've said this before. I covered the Cavaliers for 2 years, and Kyrie was always the toughest player I had to, cover. You just couldn't figure him out. Like, one day, he's okay, engaging. Other days, he'll walk right by you with his head down, like he doesn't know you. And I remember Terry Rozier about a month ago said, when Kyrie's in a good mood, we play well. And when he's not, we don't. And that was really telling right there. Just the fact that a guy's mood could kind of affect how the game goes for that team. So, look, I wouldn't buy too much into it right now because that can all change next week. You know what I mean? Like, Kyrie's just that type of guy, but he's talented on the floor. I feel like he's one of the best closers in the league. And but I just think, like, when you're talking about Kyrie and Kevin Durant, there's, they're pretty close friends. I might even, I don't know if it'd be a stretch to say that they're best friends. But if you look at how they both handle things and handle the media, you can kind of connect the dots or why they are such good friends. So I couldn't say anything is set in stone with any of those guys.
Great stuff. Chris Haynes is a senior NBA writer for Yahoo Sports. Follow him on Twitter at Chris B. Haynes. Check out his podcast, Posted Up with Chris Haynes. Chris, thanks so much for joining us on Fox Sports Radio.
Thanks, Doug. Take care, man.
Pleasure is absolutely, positively mine.